South Park is an adult animated TV show about 4 friends and their crazy life in the town of South Park, Colorado. It's one of the longest running animated shows, with the original series premiering August 13th of 1997 and still running to this day in 2024, with multiple specials being pushed out and lots and lots and lots of merchandise, which includes video games. You might remember games like South Park: The Stick of Truth, The Fractured Butthole, or even the most recent 2024 release, South Park Snow Day. Well, South Park games date all the way back to 1998, with its first release being on the Nintendo 64, and later released for Microsoft Windows and the Sony PlayStation in 1999. I'm sure many were excited for this game's release, including kids who may have watched it when they weren't supposed to, due to its adult humor and explicit content. I'm sure there was big hype for this game once it was revealed. However, after playing most of it, I've realized that hype definitely faded out soon after its release. But it's a South Park game. What could possibly go wrong with one of the craziest, wackiest, humorous licenses ever? How could you fumble this? Hello everyone, I'm Chris, and today we'll be taking a look at South Park for the Nintendo 64 to see what made it such a bad game. Disclaimer, I did not complete this game. This was meant to be an episode for throwback reviews, but I've had issues with the memory pack in my controller, and I'm unable to save my progress. And there is a life system in this game. When you go through all of your lives, you have to start from the beginning unless you have a save. I only do full in-depth reviews when I complete a game. I can't form a final opinion on a game that I haven't beat yet. So instead, I'm going to go over the issues in this game and go over what I've experienced while playing. With all of that out the way, let's begin. South Park, developed by Acclaim using the Turok 2 engine, is a first-person shooter adventure game, which takes inspiration from the first 3 seasons of South Park. Right off the bat, you get hit with one of South Park's most famous jokes featured in their episodes.
What the? Dude, this is pretty up right here. Oh my god, they killed Kenny! You bastard!
We also get a full recreation of the original South Park intro on the Nintendo 64, which is honestly pretty awesome to watch and listen to. Anyways, the story of this game is that a mysterious green comet has crashed into South Park, which causes all kind of weird spooky stuff, putting the lives of everyone in the town and possibly the world in danger. Chef warns the boys Eric, Kyle, Stan, and Kenny about the news, and it's up to them to stop it. This begins the first episode and stage of the game, Operation Turkey Butt. The first objective is to find your friends, depending on which character you selected to play as. I chose Cartman, and go to the Renaissance Fair. This is my first time playing the game in 2 years from when I first spotted. I forgot how bad the controls were. You use the analog stick to look around, and the yellow directional buttons to walk. You can see me trying to get my bearings right, and I knew I had a long game ahead of me. In this first episode, the main enemies you deal with are mutant turkeys. Okay, I guess it matches the episode's title. And you start off with your only weapon being snowballs. Really? Snowballs? Well, at least you can piss on the snowballs and deal more damage, though it's pretty useless in the first level since turkeys die one hit to a regular snowball. But it's funny, at least you can piss on them. It takes a little longer to throw them, so it's best to use regular snowballs for now. You get some pretty funny lines out of the characters, especially Cartman, when you take damage or hit enemies.
Sons of bitches!
So we go through the town, pick up all the boys as they complain that I took too long to get to them, take out some more turkeys along the way, throw our snowballs of piss at South Park Elementary School. We make it to the Renaissance Fair as everyone evacuates in their costumes in fear. But not to worry, for Sir Cartman, the horizontally challenged, is here to save the day with his mighty snowballs of piss. Now we start getting more enemies at once, and this is where issues start to form. With these horrible, barely sensitive controls thanks to the N64 design, it's quite difficult to aim, especially since when you let go of the analog stick, the camera snaps back into its default position, which just makes everything even more difficult. It really sucks when there's a bunch of turkeys. I find myself constantly backing up to avoid getting attacked while trying to kill them all off. And this is what the rest of the stage looks like. Going through countless waves of turkeys as you travel to the end of the stage through an empty, boring forest. It's just the same thing every time. In episode 1, stage 2, we have to kill all of the turkeys in South Park. But first, we have to find Chef to get more information on what's really happening and how we can go about our missions. Back at Chef's Love Shack, Chef tells the boys that evil mutant turkeys are being controlled and produced by bigger turkeys who lay eggs. So Cartman goes off to save the day.
The future of our civilization is in my hands.
Oh, crap.
The second stage starts out the same as the first level. However, we run into bigger turkeys called tanks, which lay the eggs of all turkeys we fight by showing us their chocolate starfish. Through these next levels, we run into these guys a lot. They have much more health than the generic turkeys, so using stronger weapons like power dodgeball is good to use on them. They aren't hard to fight and don't really attack you. However, trying to kill them is a pain in the ass as the other turkeys get in your way, potentially blocking your attacks, which has happened to me plenty of times through my gameplay. But yeah, again, you're just going through the level killing turkeys and tanks. And this is the same for every level, and it gets really boring real fucking quick. In stage 3, we have to find and destroy the turkey lair by killing their leader. We get a new weapon right at spawn, a toilet plunger gun. It shoots singular toilet plungers and bursts by clicking the D-pad. Okay, so here's a genuine question. Is this South Park or is this a kid's game? You can't be telling me that most of the weapons in this game are snowballs, fucking dodgeballs, toilet plunger guns. Where's all the cool shit like rifles and machine guns? Anyways, we go through the stage taking our turkeys and tanks out once again. You know, I really love games where you do the same boring shit all the time. But hey, we have a new weapon, a sponge dart gun. Well, I'll say this, it's a pretty damn helpful weapon for the game. Instead of having to spam snowballs, we can now go full auto on turkeys and take them out in a fraction of the time. By clicking the D-pad, we can shoot our rocket, and this is really useful since it can take out a tank in 2 hits. Only catch is that you have to charge it up before you can fire the rockets. After we make it to the top of the mountain, we stumble onto a nest where we meet our first boss, the mother turkey. I went into this boss fight somewhat expecting it to be fun and challenging, but it only proved to be unnecessarily difficult. The mother turkey takes no damage from the front or sides. Instead, you need to hit the target on its anus by aiming up and hitting it with whatever weapons you have. This is no easy feat thanks to the game's horrible controls. This was the most ridiculous boss fight I've ever done, and it took 3 total attempts to beat it. That means I had to go through the entire level 3 different times. If you ever want to play this game, I recommend saving up a bunch of dodgeballs and sponge darts to beat the mother turkey. And I also don't recommend playing the game in general. After 1,000 snowballs, I finally killed the mother turkey. After killing it, we're put into South Park and we have to stop all the tank turkeys from destroying all the buildings. There's a meter on the screen showing you how much houses the turkeys destroyed, and you must kill them all before they destroy everything. To not have to deal with these town defending levels, you have to kill all the tanks in the levels you see them in. Each one you don't kill is in the level, but in episode 1, stage 4, we see the mother turkey once again. When I saw the mother turkey again, my jaw legit dropped, but it was honestly a bit easier. We just had to follow from behind the mother turkey as it tries to make its way downtown. So you're able to just stand behind it and keep hitting the targets on its ass. After defeating the mother turkey once more, we get a scene of Cartman's fat ass and the boys feasting on some turkey ass for Thanksgiving.
That turkey didn't know who he was messing with. Hey, you guys, Cartman's eating the turkey butt. I'm not eating turkey butt. You son of a bitch, I'll kick you in the nuts.
We finally make it to episode 2, titled Clone of Your Own, and Chef at the cafeteria of South Park informs us that Big Gay Al has started acting strange, as he was by a building with a weird glowing light. We find that there are even bigger versions of Big Gay Al cloned all throughout South Park. These are the new minions we have to fight, and they don't die to just one snowball. We found a new weapon in this level, which is a Terrence and Phillips doll, which is used as a stink grenade, and it does a great deal of damage, especially if multiple enemies are grouped up together. The tanks of Big AL are now even more annoying than the turkey tanks. As they give birth to minions that have much more health than the turkeys did. This level was honestly pretty neat and so much better than the previous levels we had to go through, since we were able to explore around South Park. Not just an empty forest killing turkeys. We're still just killing the same enemies over and over again, with some of the worst controls known to man. After killing all the clones and tanks, we open up a door inside the warehouse and finish the level. In stage 2, we're now fighting against clones of Jimbo and Officer Bar Brady. The next weapon we find in the game is a cow rocket launcher. Still not what I'd be expecting in the South Park game, but it's a good weapon and pretty funny. So once again, the same old game, killing the tanks and minions until we find the cloning machine in the warehouse and destroy it. However, in stage 3, as Eric and the boys believe they have gotten rid of the clones, Chef informs them that the clones are still on the loose and have taken over South Park Museum. So we go through the town again, take out the minions and clones we see, not surprising now, and then we make it to the museum and we arrive to the second boss fight, the disgusting mother clone blob. As this big blob splashes its way up to you, it will shoot out its eyeball and try to pull you in and eat you. To take out the mother clone, you have to attack the eyeball as it shoots out. Keep your distance from it. If it gets close to you, it will jump and cause a shockwave. The boss fight was pretty annoying and I barely survived my first try with 6 health left. And now, we finally defeated the clone invasion. Psych! We make it to episode 3, stage 1. Another alien invasion sighting has been made, and we have to take out an invasion of mad cow aliens. These are the most annoying fucking enemies in the game. They deal quite a bit of damage, and they somehow sound more annoying than the damn turkeys. Moo! 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 We have to go through the mountains again and take out endless waves of minions once more. The tanks are now UFOs and hover in the sky, and I could already tell this was going to be a huge problem. This meant I need to look up into the sky and take out the UFOs. And as you should know by now, this is no easy task with these goddamn fucking controls. So I said screw it. I'm not going to deal with these fuckers anymore. And so I forgot about what happens if you don't take out all of the tanks. I had to do another town defending level, and I couldn't stop them. These tanks have a lot of health, and having to look up in the sky to take them out was an absolute pain in the ass. And so, I died. I had to restart from the beginning of the game. And that is where our journey with South Park for the Nintendo 64 ends. This is so far the worst video game I have ever played. I'm sure there are worse games, but remember, I usually don't play shitty ass games. The controls are a nightmare, and it's just the same repetitive shit over and over again. You know the game is bad when the creators of South Park, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, says they regret ever making this game. The voice lines are funny at first, but there's only a few limited lines for every character in the game. It gets old and real fucking annoying quick, since each time you hurt and kill an enemy, they say a line. Like, we get it, Eric. You're a fat ass who loves it when your mom cooks you turkey for breakfast. I don't need to hear it every damn second. So yeah, everyone, that was South Park for the Nintendo 64. This could have possibly been a masterpiece of a title for the N64, but thanks to the game being rushed out of development to be released for the holidays, it just turned out to be a lackluster piece of shit. This game goes for around $20 and I don't recommend buying it. Save your money if you're expecting it to be a fun game. So that will be the end of this video. If you enjoyed, please consider liking and subscribing. If you didn't like the video, dislike it and let me know what I can do to improve. So yeah, thank y'all for watching, subscribe for more retro video game content, and I will see y'all soon. Peace.